For some time, Barnabas Collins has known that he has not been himself. Now, on this day, he will come to understand the full depth of the evil forces that have possessed him. For during the night that has just passed, Maggie Evans was lured from her room by a strange, unnatural sound, and soon found herself trapped in the secret passageways of Collinwood. Her disappearance has caused great concern not only at Collinwood, but at the antique shop in the village. There, Philip Todd has blamed his young charge, Michael, with being responsible for Maggie's disappearance.
Philip hates me.
Oh, he just doesn't understand you.
He never will understand me. And for that reason, I think we're going to fail.
What do you mean?
He says he believes in what we want, and he talks about our cause sometimes, but he doesn't really believe in it. Not like you and I do. I'm not wrong, am I, Megan? I mean, there is nothing more important than what we believe in. Is there?
No. There is nothing more important.
And he could make us fail.
Yes, he could.
I don't think Philip should be one of us anymore, Megan. I really don't.
I don't either.
Then you'll do something about it, won't you?
Yes. I'll do something about it.
Where's Michael? Megan, answer me. What are you going to do with that?
He made me see how necessary it is. I'm sorry, Philip. I have to do it.
No, you do not have to do it. And you will not do it. Give it to me. And now you'll go upstairs. You and I will talk later. I take it the boy's been troublesome.
Yes,
He was the one who caused what happened just now.
I'm afraid so.
I see. I'm not surprised. After the altercation I had with him the other day, I knew that he'd be difficult to handle.
What you just saw isn't all that's happened.
What do you mean?
There's been trouble at Collinwood. Michael stayed there last night.
Who allowed that?
Megan, but I'm sure Michael persuaded her.
Well, never mind. What happened at Collinwood? You must tell me everything you know at once.
Michael! What are you doing? I forgot something. What? My book. And I left it somewhere upstairs. Maybe you left it where Maggie is. You mean she hasn't come back yet? You know very well she hasn't come back. I don't know any such thing. Come into the drawing room. What for? Because if my father sees you out here, he'll start asking a whole bunch of questions. did you do to Maggie? What's happened to her? How can I tell you something I don't know? Michael, this isn't a game anymore. You don't have to tell anybody else. Just me. And I'll make sure they find her. Who are they? The police. The police? Well, this is getting very interesting. It doesn't take long for your father to panic, does it? My father knows Maggie well enough to know that she wouldn't run off without saying a word. He's convinced that something's happened to her. He's upstairs right now searching for her. Well, if she's in the house, they should find her, shouldn't they? Yes. And I'm afraid if they do, we'll all be in a lot of trouble. Not me. They can't do anything to me. Nobody can. Well, I'd better go get my book. I'll go with you. What for? Because if my father sees you out there, it might be a good idea if I'm with you. I don't need you, David. I don't need anyone.
Where am I? What is this room? It's been quiet for hours now. Whoever was making that breathing sound must have gone. Who could it have been? I can't believe it was David. He wouldn't have gone away and left me here. Michael. It must have been Michael. He must not have gone home when he said he was going. If it wasn't him or David, then who could it have been? I don't want to think about it.
Who is outside this room? Answer me! Michael, is that you?
Michael kept insisting that he had nothing to do with it. But Maggie Evans didn't just vanish. I knew he was lying, so I took him over my knee. That's when he appealed to Megan, and she intervened. I got furious with her and went upstairs.
I see. If he's harmed Maggie, it'll ruin everything.
What are we going to do?
There's only one thing we can do, and that is to bring him under control.
We've tried that. He won't listen to anyone.
But he must be made to listen. To understand that he's gone too far, he's jeopardized all of us. And he must be told that all our plans must now be changed, and quickly. And he must be made to understand that this is the end for Michael.
The end?
Yes. And he must be confined to the room upstairs until it is time for him to emerge again. You understand?
Yes, but we've been telling outsiders that he's an orphaned relative. Where will we say he's gone?
His departure will be different from that of Alexander and the baby. But I'll explain that later. Where is he now?
I don't know. He may have gone back to Collinwood. He didn't want to leave when I went for him yesterday.
I'm sure that's exactly what he's done. Well, I want you to go and get him and bring him back as quickly as you can.
What are we going to do about Maggie Evans?
There's nothing we can do until we talk to the boy and find out what he has done with her. Megan!
Everything is getting out of hand. I'm losing control. We must find a way out of this. But how? Why is it there are moments when I doubt everything I'm doing? And other times when I'm convinced the cause is so right. How did I get to be this way? It began when I opened the box. The Leviathan box. When I opened the box, I surrendered my will. I can't go on this way. Seeing people hurt, people I've known and loved. But I must find the strength to fight this. But I need time. I must stall everything until I find the answer.
Am I to be punished?
This is no time for punishment, Megan. You thought what you were doing was right, even though it wasn't. I understand that. But now, you see, you must try to understand.
Understand what?
What your true responsibility to the boy is.
Oh, I love him very much.
And that's as it should be.
Oh, he's the most wonderful child in the whole world. And, well, even though I know that what I almost did was terrible, I just feel as though I've let him down. I'm almost afraid to face him when he comes back.
Michael's caused a great deal of friction between you and Philip, hasn't he?
Yes, but it's just because Philip refuses to understand him. He makes no effort with him.
You feel that your love for him requires you to do anything that he asks you to do, don't you?
Oh, yes. He's so wonderful. How can I refuse him?
You can, because, you see, your first allegiance is not to him, but to me.
What do you mean?
Exactly what I said.
But that's impossible. He is the one I serve.
Are you sure you're right, Megan? Perhaps this is time to reconsider.
Why? His is the only way. His cause must be served. Why? Do you doubt that?
No, of course not. I was only testing you. I wanted to be sure that, that you had no doubts. You are very good for him, Megan, but you love him too much. You are blind to his faults. See, you must love him less and see him as he is and be strong and firm with him. Comfort him, protect him, discipline him, mother him.
I'm so glad you came when you did. Oh, I only wish Philip could understand me as you have. Now, what is it that we are to do?
I will tell you what is to happen now, and I ask you not to grieve, Michael.
Maggie, can you hear me?
Who are you?
You don't have to be afraid, Maggie.
Michael, is that you?
Soon, very soon, I'm coming in, Maggie.
Somebody! Somebody let me out of here! Let me out!
I'm the only one who can do that, Maggie. Nobody else can hear you. You and I are all alone here. Ha 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 ha.
David, I'm looking for Michael. Is he here?
I thought he went back to the antique shop.
He did. But has he come back here since then?
Not that I know of.
Come in here, David.
What are you going to do?
You and I are going to have a talk. Now, first of all, has Maggie Evans been found?
No.
Now, listen to me, David. You must not be protective about Michael now. I don't care what he said to threaten or intimidate you. You must tell me everything you know.
But I don't know anything.
Yes, you do. It's just that you're afraid Michael might hurt you. Well, he can't, David. Michael cannot harm you.
I wish I could help you, Philip, but I can't.
David, you are one of us. It is your obligation to help. Now, you know as well as I do that Michael is responsible for Maggie's disappearance. Suppose she's dead, David. What are we going to do then?
Dead? She can't be dead.
Why not?
Because something like that, well, it's against the rules. It says so in the book.
Michael does not live by our rules. You know that. You must tell me whatever you know. It might be all late, too late already.
Can't be too late.
Why?
Because, well, Michael promised that he wouldn't hurt her.
When was that?
Last night.
What did Michael do?
I really don't know, Philip.
Well, then tell me what you do know.
Well, we were in here, and we were playing a game. And Maggie came in and said it was time to grade my theme, and Michael said that we weren't finished. And Maggie got all mad, and then when she left the room, Michael said that he'd take care of her.
How?
He said we were just gonna play a game with her. Just to scare her, that's all.
David, when's the last time you saw Maggie, and where?
Last night. In her room just before she went to bed.
Only she didn't get to bed, did she? David, will you take me to her room now?
What for?
Just take me there.
I'm still here, Maggie. Are you all right in there? You're not still frightened, are you? Why don't you say something? I hope you haven't fallen asleep, Maggie. That would be a mistake. A very big mistake.
The room's exactly the way it was last night. Exactly when we were in here.
Both you and Michael were here?
Yes. We were fooling around in here before Michael went home.
David, Michael did not go home last night.
He didn't?
He obviously sneaked back here after you had gone to bed. But your room is just down the hall, isn't it? If he had tried to lure Maggie out into the corridor, you would have heard them, wouldn't you?
Yes.
Then he must have gotten out of here in another way. How, David?
I don't know.
Is there another way out of this room? David, you mustn't keep anything from me.
There's a secret panel. Behind that wall.
Did Michael know about it?
Well, he could have. There are lots of them in Collinwood. We were playing in some of them yesterday.
Do you know how to open this one?
Yes.
Open it, I'm going in. You go and stay with your father. Don't tell him I'm here.
almost time, Maggie. Just a few more minutes. And then I'm going to open the door and come in. Then you'll know who I am, won't you?
I don't want to know who you are! Don't come in here! If you come in here, I swear I'll kill you!
Maggie? Are you in there? Maggie, if you can hear me, answer me. I've come to get you out of there.